What a great honor this is. Good evening. I'm so pleased to be here and to have this opportunity to thank so many of the folks who contributed to my receiving this recognition tonight. First, a huge achievement to junior achievement, to the great work you do, to Michelle's amazing leadership, the selection committee, the faculty and students. Lydia and Bryce, if you're still here, there is no way I could have gotten up here at your age and spoken to this crowd, so amazing. So thank you to Junior Achievement. My attitude of gratitude next goes to my immediate family. My husband, Mark, who took on the leadership role in raising our boys while I was off having my big career. He also taught me to love winter, which is very important if you live in Maine, and to adventure a little outside my comfort zone. To my sons, Peter and William, who are now through college and off having their own adventures, thank you for your boundless energy and resilience. You are an absolute delight to have in our lives. I also want to recognize my dear friends and neighbors, SMRT colleagues, clients, contractors. It's nice to share the evening with Andy Vigu, Chimbro, business partners, and my fellow board members at Maine & Company, the UMaine Board of Visitors, and E2 Tech. I've lived in Portland and worked at SMRT for 40 years and have had the opportunity to build partnerships and work with teams to accomplish extraordinary things. Many, many people have contributed to my success. So please imagine I'm not here up on this stage, standing here all alone, but with many of you at my side. You all deserve the credit. People who work with me know how much I love sports analogies. It's a home run. We're all rowing in the same direction. Or another favorite, we're punching above our weight class. As much as I joke about sports analogies, they are fitting in my world. Architecture really is a team sport. As an architect, when we execute a project, we establish a project team. There's usually a client team, maybe a building committee or a steering committee, stakeholder group, and then there's a contractor-subcontractor team. And on the best projects, these three become one, a single team with a single purpose of creating a successful project. I'm going to share a few stories about inflection points in my life where being part of a team made all the difference. My first story from my childhood is about how I got from the very shy girl who could never have gotten up on a big stage and addressed a room full of people to coming out of my shell. The turning point for me was joining the fencing team in high school. First of all, I got to wear a mask, which was good for my shy side. Second of all, I had a coach who was completely invested in making me a better, stronger, and more competitive fencer. And third, I was part of a team, and I got my first taste of the dynamics and complexities of how teams work, and also the power and strength, and frankly, the fun of it when a team succeeds. Turning to my professional life, I joined SMRT the summer of 1984 and never left. That's, in a nutshell, the very brief story of my career. There were 8 employees when I started, and now we're over 140. The ultimate team project for me, an all-time career high, you heard about it in the video, was the MaineGeneral Alfond Center for Health in Augusta. This was a new hospital that reshaped how healthcare was delivered in the region with a real focus on a positive patient experience and shaping an environment where caregivers, doctors, nurses, staff could do their best work. Design with a purpose has always been my focus. The team that we assembled, the client, the architects and engineers, and the contractor, all set out to achieve success together. The project took 5 years to design and construct. My son, Peter, was 8 when we started and 13 when we finished. I was a bit of an absentee mother during those years, but he seems to have survived just fine, thanks to my husband, Mark. The takeaway from the MaineGeneral project is really that the team owned the promise to design and construct a building that would improve the quality of healthcare in Maine, was patient-centered, energy efficient, and we delivered ahead of schedule, under budget. I really can't think of anything more gratifying than to be able to use design to make a difference. The third team story I'd like to close with is about SMRT. I had the honor of leading the team for 20 years, starting in 2004. I began as a somewhat reluctant president, but hit my stride when I realized that I was now the coach who was completely committed to making a better, stronger, more competitive SMRT. Our architects and engineers would deliver if they had a clear vision and the opportunity to use their talents to solve complex problems and better our world. Of course, there were metrics. We grew the firm, we grew revenue, we grew talent, we grew project size and complexity. But what I'm most proud of is our focus on design, on energy optimization and decarbonization, and on developing a thriving culture where people come every day with the goodwill to work hard together. We are smarter and more ready than ever to tackle the next project. At the beginning of this year, my longtime colleague Brad Hodges took on the role of SMRT president, allowing me to refocus on practicing architecture. I can't think of anything I'd rather do than continue to work with project teams, setting stretch goals, and crossing the finish line together. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to Junior Achievement for hosting a wonderful event. Again, this recognition is about years and years of successful teamwork.